Don't you find it funny how it's always the people that have no money, the brokest people, seem to always have the most to say? You know, it's always the poorest person that will say something like, oh, money can't buy happiness. Oh, money's the root to all evil. Oh, don't sell your soul for the money. Oh, money is bad. Money's this, money that. Because obviously they don't have enough of it, and they're just trying to self-pacify themselves in a form of self-justification, if that makes sense, to make them feel a little bit better about not having money, you know, as if being broke is going to get you to heaven. So I guess that means if you're rich, you're going to go to hell? Nonsense. People have the wrong idea about money, especially the poorest people, you know. And I mean, if you're happy and you're content being poor, then fair enough. But money brings abundance. I'm not going to sit here and say money is everything. I'm not going to sit here and say sell your soul for money. But it's a lot deeper than what just meets the eye, you know, as paper with some numbers on it, and it somehow controls the world. It's a lot deeper than that. We'll get into that in a minute. But what I want to say is, you know, in some aspects of what they say about, for example, money is the root of all evil, in some aspects that is true. I'm not going to say it's not true, but it's not entirely true. And people misinterpret that. It's a scripture from the Bible. People misinterpreted that, you know, and it's not really as what it says, if that makes sense. It's a bit like having a knife. If I have a knife, does that make me evil? No. It depends on what I do with the knife that makes me evil. I could use the knife to cut up some fruit and vegetable and cook someone some food that's been starving. It's what you do with the knife that determines whether you're evil or you're good, or determines whether it's rooted to all evil or to good. You know, the reason why money is associated with evil is because it's amplified, and evil was made to look somewhat good in this world we live in some aspects. You know, being bad is supposed to be like some sort of cool thing, you know. But yeah, I could use that knife to cook someone some food, cut up some vegetables. I could use the knife to help with building, even though you don't use a knife, but technically to lay bricks, you use it's basically, it's not a knife, but you can call it a knife. You know, you could use it to build. You could use it to go and kill someone, stab someone. Of course you can do that. So does that make the knife evil or the person that's using it evil? You see, people, money just amplifies who you are as a person. If you're a good person, it will show. You inherited a lot of money, or you won the lottery, or somehow came into a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, and you was poor before, and you're a good person. It's going to show. Yeah, for the first year you might be having your fun and whatnot, but after you're going to be thinking like, what can I do to help so and so? Oh, this country doesn't have an electric. Maybe I should put a water pump, or what can I do to help out so and so? You know, you're thinking about helping people, whereas an evil person with lots of money will be thinking about, how can I destroy these people? How can I damage that? You know, they'll be thinking negative as opposed to positive, and because they got a lot of money behind them, they'll be able to act upon it. That's why they say money is the root of all evil, because the people that have a lot of money in this world tend to usually be evil, and they act upon it. You know, hence why we have nuclear bombs. Only like a sick psycho could think of how to create something that could wipe out a country. Really though, honestly, because I'm not going to sit there and think, how can I wipe out a country? No matter how much money I got, I don't think that thought would cross my mind. It's just not in me personally, and I'm sure a lot of you guys as well. But there's actually some people out there that think like this, and on a smaller scale as well. You know, it's just amplified. Like I'm saying, it's just amplified. You know. So yeah, money is pretty much an energy. You know, it's like an energy. It's more to it that meets the eye. You know, going back in ancient times, it was used as trade, and it wasn't it wasn't like in a paper form. It was like gold, silver, food, wool, cotton, wood, assets or resources. That was how money was used and utilized in ancient times and going forward. It's only till like maybe 500 or 600 years ago or whenever it was, they've decided to put it on a banknote as a receipt of what you got in store of value. All the reason why the currency is has a great power behind it, like e.g. the British pound or the dollar, is because it's backed by resources, it's backed by oil or gold, or it's backed by reserves, it's backed by assets and things that is physical that you can touch. It's not just this paper money. Because if the world ever just God forbid a catastrophic event happened and there was no use for money, all those people that are sitting there with $100 bills, banknotes, like full up to the ceiling, loads of money, they're gonna suddenly realize, oh no, this isn't even worth anything. I can't eat this. You're better off storing it in blocks of gold or food, at least. It'll be the little dimes and pennies, 5p's and the cents, the little coins you get are actually more valuable than the paper, because it's a copper. You can create electric current through that. You can do a lot of things with copper, silver, even though they're plated silver and gold. You can do a lot of things with them. So I would say that there's actually more value in the coin, fiat currency, because it is a fiat. It's a note, it's a fiat currency. There's actually more value in the coins than there is in the paper. Can you imagine that? The paper is just paper. It doesn't have any gold or anything in it. It's like, I think they're even making it out of pork fat now. In England, we got like this pork fat sort of money. It's not paper anymore. I don't know what it is. Probably doing that in the States as well now. So yeah, it's a lot deeper than a lot of people make it out to be. Money, money is energy. Money is pretty much like, it's like a water. You have a currency with money. In the water you have a current. You have a flow with money. They call it a cash flow. Water, you have a flow, a water flow. It flows to the bank. With money, you go to the bank to cash your money out. With water, and the water flows through the river banks. Do you see where I'm getting at here? It's the same. It's like they've tried to manipulate this energy, and they've sort of copied the water flow, because it's a water world we live in. Everything's based around water. It's very deep spiritually, and that's why a lot of people emotions get tied to this currency, to this fiat, because it's an energy. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight the fact that people were getting this wrong with the fact that, oh, money is the root to all evil. I don't need money. Yes, you do. Sorry, you do need money. It's the way the world is, and we've always needed money. Don't let them fool you now and make you think the prophets that are so loved and that were so loved, i.e. Jesus Christ, if you believe in Muhammad or Buddha. Don't ever think that these people were poor. They like to make these people out like they were wearing rags and stuff. No, they were in abundance. They were rich. Jesus went to study in Egypt. You have to be rich to do these sort of things. It's not, oh, he's Jesus, let's let him in. No one knew of his power back then. He was just like a normal person walking around, So of course he would have had to have some sort of wealth to him to get into the certain places he was going, and to be with high priests, to sit with high priests. Back in the day, you would have had to have had some abundance with money, So with money, with health, with wealth, it's all kind of connected. You got to have it in abundance and don't abuse it. And if you're a good person, it's not going to turn you evil. So don't let these people fool you and think, oh, money can't buy happiness. That's what they want you to think. Like Andrew Tate says, that was the best trick that these people could have ever done, was to trick us into thinking that we don't need money. What kind of nonsense is that? Because at the end of the day, you sitting there saying you don't need money, But tomorrow you're gonna wake up and go to work? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. For what? I'll wait. You're gonna go down to the job center and sign on, and you know, for what? I'll wait. You're gonna go and buy some weed, or you're gonna go and get some drink, or you're gonna go partying. Well, I'm sure you're gonna need some money to do that. It ain't for free, you know. So yeah, the lesson of today is the money is energy. Money is currency. If you treat it in a good way, it will result in good things. If you treat it in a bad way, it's going to result in bad things. So have the mindset of having money in abundance and be positive. You'll have positive outcomes with it. Invest it, and don't abuse it, and you will see it will come back to you. It will respect you. All right, guys. Hope you got something. I hope you learned something out of that lesson today. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.